I've had the great good fortune in my life to know Rinpoche, to be his student, to be with him since 1980 or 81. His history is extraordinary, really something that a mind in the West couldn't comprehend. But I think in the bigger picture, what a extraordinary turn of events for this planet that Tibet, the wisdom keepers of the planet in the highest place, which was really closed to anyone who wasn't born in that region, suffered tremendously. Diaspora out of their homeland because of being taken over by someone else who claimed their homeland. And now we, the rest of the world, have had the benefit of their wisdom. And in the Tibetan history, who we know as Siddhartha, the Buddha, was in Tushita heaven in his place, and then before he left to take incarnation as Siddhartha, he took his crown and gave it to a being called loving kindness, Maitreya. Then 9 months later took birth in Lumbini, and then we know the history of Lord Buddha in our time. And Rinpoche is an incarnation of that being, Maitreya, that Lord Buddha passed the crown to. So he's a wonderful friend, a beautiful atmosphere, a great sense of humor, all of which you'll see for yourself, but then is able to distill the inner life into such a refined and simple way to understand. So it's a great joy for me, and I think great good fortune for all of us that Rinpoche has joined our caravan. And we welcome you, Your Holiness, Tai Situpa Rinpoche, my dear friend.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a great honor to share whatever I have received. Give it back to whom it belongs. First of all, I must fix this thing in my head. What Bear Shabda Khan just had mentioned is correct in book. But if I have anything to do with that great being or thee, then I must be the incarnation of a grain of sand on which he walked 2,600 years back. Anyway, connection. So I'm the servant of Lord Maitreya. Therefore, I am the servant of everyone who don't like to suffer and who like to be happy. So this is to put my brain at ease. Thank you. Thank you. So, now, as our great grandbrother, father, uncle here have told us, I personally know a little bit about life. In this, I can't believe that anybody's life in any part of the world is really different from my life. Everybody have ups and downs, brighter days and darker days, so on and so forth. But the essence, the space, the light inside you keep on shining. Whether you do that intentionally or not, it will go on. We are not dead until we are dead. Even after we are dead, only our body is dead. Our mind is not dead. It goes on and on and on. Just like every day, sun goes down in the west, and then tomorrow rise in the east. Same. Therefore, most important thing is what that light represents. Of course, it represents wisdom, which is not very useful for us right now. But for us, what is useful is manifestation of that wisdom. That wisdom manifests in the form of forgiveness, form of compassion, form of love, form of kindness, which here our wise person among us just have mentioned. This is what works for us right now. Not the wisdom. It works all the time. Good days, bad days, always it is there. But we don't want bad days, we want good days, right? So therefore, for this manifestation, now, what is the problem? Real problem. Even we are the manifestation of that light within. How come from time to time we get it wrong? Very simple. Every moment the Lord within manifests, but I have mistaken it to me. Mm-hmm. And every moment, everything manifests as the manifestation of the Lord, which is within, but I have mistaken it as an object. And that is ignorance, true sight of the ignorance. So this ignorance manifests in a form of greed, hatred, jealousy, all kind of things, lust, all kind of things, which are not ultimately bad, but relatively very, very bad. How bad it is, the proof is in the pudding. How is the situation, the reality in this world today? How bad ego is, how bad greed, hatred, jealousy, all of that is. self-explanatory. We don't have to go anywhere. Even in our wonderful bedroom, we are resting and we just turn on the TV and go to the news. It is there. Proving to ourselves. So this way, we have to do our best to overcome, conquer our ego, conquer our greed, conquer our hatred, conquer our jealousy, conquer our ego. We have to. We conquer the whole world and beyond. It doesn't help if we don't conquer our own ego and greed and hatred, so on and so forth. So this way, if we become peaceful person, truly peaceful person, not talkers only. Of course, if we cannot walk the walk, then we can talk the talk. Yes, we should. We should not stop talking, but we should walk the talk. Yes, and do our best. Don't feel guilty if we can't do it 100%. Little by little, baby steps. Then one day we will stand up and walk, and then we will run, and then we will fly. Yes? So this way, everything goes truly and develops truly, matures truly when we practice it. I know all of you are practicing, all of you are, but out there among the 7 billion human beings, there's so many who don't even know this is what should happen. Why there is so many problems in this world. They don't know. And we are not superior to them. But we have been so fortunate, so we know. We can talk about it. And therefore, we pray for them to wake up their innate potential of perfectness. There's no bad people on this earth. I guarantee you. I put my neck on it. There isn't one truly, ultimately bad person on this earth. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. But yes, people who are ignorant and they don't know they are good. Ultimately, it is good to be good. It is all right to be good. They don't know. There is plenty of them. Plenty. We don't need plenty. Even just one is bad enough. But plenty. So prayer works for them. But without taking much time, I want to go to some of the practical solutions in my mind that might open up something in all of us. Number one thing for the human evolution, to make one more step beyond the comfortable cocoon, so-called progress. We have progressed. There's no more to progress, which is not true. It is active peace. It is ongoing. There's no such thing as our education system is perfect. Our economy system is perfect. Our everything is perfect. Right now, there's no such thing. It has to be upgraded. It has to be upgraded. If one family have 10 people, and how much land you need, how many cow you need, we can buy milk in the supermarket, but if it comes from the cow, it doesn't come from supermarket. so how much land we need? So if that family become 50, you have to upgrade it. It doesn't work. So everything, consumption as well as disposal, everything has to be upgraded. Same way, education system. So we have to educate our next generation according to what is coming in the next generation's time, what is happening in the time of our generation, 21st century. So this way, education system has to put, one have to put wisdom in it, compassion in it, love in it, forgiveness in it. And actually, forgiveness will not work if you don't confess. You know, if you don't regret, there's no compassion. It's just a talk. So you have to regret. Then you will have you will confess. Then there will be a forgiveness. Whoever you believe, whatever you believe, who have the power to forgive. You know, I'm a Buddhist. I have my own belief system, but everyone have different belief system. All are valid. If you look at the map of Italy, you know, which we are on right now, from different direction, it looks different. One way it's like that, one way it's like that, one way it's like that. Different, look different. So different religions see things differently, but all true, all correct from that perspective. So this way, whatever you believe in is forgiving all the time. We don't have to ask for forgiveness for that one to forgive, but you can only receive it if you confess. You can only confess if you regret the bad things that we could have done. I'm sure all of us have a lot to confess, I'm sure. Some very serious, some not that serious. But anyway, it works like that. So we have to teach younger generation about all these very important basics. And now, to close the whole subject, to make it very short, when we went to North Pole, very close, Greenland, which is very white, so what I saw there is relevant to the Holy Father's thirst for peace. Because up there, every moment overflow, it is not the regular cycle, but overflow every moment is millions of gallons of 7 million, or I'm not a scientist, but great many numbers of years old ice, fresh water. It's actually medicine, melting and flowing into the ocean, and the minute it touches the ocean, it becomes finished. Not only finished, it becomes the problem, because sea level rises. And Maldives will be gone. And many islands will be gone in 20 years, 30 years. In 100 years, many of the big cities like New York, Los Angeles, Bombay, Shanghai, so many coastal cities will be gone, underwater, gone forever. Not forever, but bad enough, because after all the ice melt and all the damage is done, then something else will happen. Because what makes the weather, cold and hot air makes weather up there. Cold and hot water, warmer water causes the jet stream, which causes wind, everything. There's no such thing as a wind. It is a reaction. So that reaction all will change. Already changing. We call it global warming, weather change. But it's already happening. So some people say that it's too late. I don't believe anything is too late. You are not dead until you are dead. Yes. So the Earth's source of water reservoir is not dead, and it should be saved, and if possible, saved in a way that it will be beneficial at the same time for all the peoples of the earth. As the scientists tell me, every day the overflow of the water that is happening in Greenland, that continent only, that overflow can give every human being on earth, 7 billion human beings, more than 100 liters of 70 million year old fresh water. It's all wasted and become a problem. And I have seen from the aeroplane that there's so many lakes and streams and rivers on top of the ice. I can't believe my eyes, because, water means, on ice means water is warmer than the ice. So that water will drill into the ice, and water become the enemy of the ice. And that way the streams and rivers will cut huge chunks of the ice, hundreds of kilometers square ice chunks will be separated, and there will definitely be ice quakes happening on top of the ice, big ice, all the time. And that will accelerate the disappearing of the top, the ice, our reservoir. So this is one example. But there's so many happening with the rainforest, with the poverty, with the disease, with the deserts, with the disappearing of glaciers in Himalaya and everywhere. So many things are happening, all connected. So I consider I'm servant of Lord Maitreya, and so on. So all of you are actually manifestation of Lord Maitreya, manifestation of love, kindness. That's what you talk about. That's why you are here. So thank you very much for everyone. Thank you so much. Embodiment of love, kindness, and compassion, and wisdom. Yes. Thank you.